Ever wondered how to make your sound bigger? An octave pedal is a good option, and so is an equalizer to boost the lows. What if I told you that the brand new OCTATRON from Seamoon FX combines these two features? Would that get your attention? Stick around and find out if this pedal does what you always wished an octave pedal would do, and if it's the right one for you. Welcome back to the Wipper Bass. This is the third pedal I review from Seamoon FX. First was the Funk Machine, then came the Grind Machine, and now the OCTATRON. So right off the bat, I would like to thank Seamoon FX for sending me this pedal in exchange for this review. As soon as I received it, I tested it, and then I immediately put it on my pedal board for a concert and had a blast with it. Apart from the regular -1 and -2 octaves like on a Boss OC2, this pedal has a sub function that adds warmth by boosting the lowest clean frequencies. And although you can really feel it in the room, it doesn't get too out of control as the Meatbox would if pushed too hard. This one should definitely be used with a high-pass filter, such as the H24 from Synth, if you don't want to shorten the lifespan of your amp's speakers. Let's compare these three pedals to get a better idea of what to expect from the OCTATRON. To me, in the -1 octave only mode, the DOD Meatbox is the synthiest of the three. The OC2 is the most musical due to its lower mid-range particular tone, but it lacks bottom end. The OCTATRON has a bit of that OC2 flavor, but sounds more natural, closer to the original dry signal. Talking about that, when adding the dry signal, the Meatbox sounds so full and big. But again, I definitely recommend using a high-pass filter. There's less sonic difference between the OCTATRON and the OC2 with the dry signal blended in. And to me, the subs the OCTATRON adds to the sound makes it more appealing than the OC2. The OC2 sounds unique, and I love it. But for a general octave pedal use, I prefer the OCTATRON. Also, it tracks amazingly well, and it can go low. Very, very low. Of course, I played every note as gentle as I could with the volume and the tone of the bass reduced, because this effect does saturate if the signal that runs into it is too loud. So it's okay if you use an overdrive or a fuzz pedal behind it, but it prefers a softer signal for better results. So whether you have an active or a passive bass, it doesn't really matter. Just lower the volume of your bass to get the cleanest possible octave sound. Now let's concentrate briefly on the subs. Let's compare the OCTATRON to the Meatbox again that some players use to thicken up the low end, and to the Lowrider from 05 Audio, which I just made a review of. An excellent sounding tool that does the pull tech trick in the lows. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, head over to my video. Again, the OCTATRON sounds the most natural and in cohesion with the dry signal. However, the Lowrider is in another category. But the subs of the OCTATRON have nothing to be ashamed of. By the way, I recorded all of the bass lines through my Peterson Tuner and my Mozztronics CO-2 compressor, and reamped all these signals through my Stopko amp. At the end of this video, you'll get to hear all of the sound samples by themselves without drums, percussions, and they're not reamped. Now for a small bonus song using the Octatron and the grind machine, which is one of my favorite overdrive pedals, by the way, for a synth sound. These two pedals combined are a joy to use, but the Octatron plays with other saturation pedals too, like Fuzz. Check this out. What I find most surprising about the Octatron is the Octave 2 function. The one in the Boss OC2 is almost useless for bass, mostly because of how good the Octave 1 sounds by itself. But here it does the trick and definitely contributes to make the sound bigger, which is precisely what we mentioned in the introduction of this video. So in conclusion, the Octatron might not have the meaty subs of the Meatbox, nor the refinement of the Lowrider, nor the authenticity of an OC2. But overall, the Octatron is a fantastic octave pedal that tracks perfectly, especially for an analog device. That sounds natural yet full in the lowest frequencies. But again, make sure that the signal that runs into the Octatron is not too hot to get the purest octave sound possible. So yeah, another great pedal from Seamoon FX. Thanks so much for watching. Follow me on Instagram at the What a Bass channel. Give this video a like and subscribe if you feel like it. It's free and it helps the channel grow. Bye bye.